The Court of Appeal has declared as inconclusive the March 18 governorship election in Zamfara state, which produced Dayo Lawal of the People's Democratic Party as governor. In a unanimous judgment, a three-member panel of justices of the court voided the declaration of Lawal as the winner of the election. Former Governor Bello Matawalle and his party, the All Progressives Congress, had faulted the decision of the governorship and State Assembly Tribunal, which had affirmed the election of Lawal. Justice Sybil Nwaka, who read the lead judgment, ordered that a fresh round of election be conducted in Maradun local government area, as well as in other areas where elections were either cancelled or did not hold. The court held that using information from IREV to declare Lawal as governor without polling unit results was unlawful, illegal, and unconstitutional.
Part of 4 wards of Birimagaji and part of Bukuyol polling unit. Today this court has taken that bold step and confirmed that the election of Zamfara State governorship was inconclusive. To that extent, the result the respondent brought was also held that they mutilated, not aside by any of the agent or the party agent. And the court has ordered for a rerun in these areas and all those polling units where there was no election or where there was no proper election for issue of failure for non-compliance with the Electoral Act.
That is our confidence in the judiciary as the hope of the common man. We have no doubt that whatever has happened here is only the will of Allah that has manifested. We don't have any doubt that, inshallah, we will look at this judgment and we will respond accordingly.
Well, a rights analyst, Dayo Sobowale, joins us now to dissect the key points of that court ruling. And of course, all other issues are rising in the past few minutes, a lot of breaking stories. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Warm welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here.
Right.
With you alone.
With me alone, one-on-one. Today, you and I can battle it out. But we have limited time and a number of things to discuss. Let's start with the judgment that we saw concerning the Kano election. Your initial thoughts on that?
That is amazing. It is amazing. But you could know that the incumbent governor now was even not a member of the NNPP as at that time. It's amazing. Or don't you think so? It's thoroughly amazing. But for the lower court not to have seen that only it is seen now at the appeal court, means that, you know, the higher you go, the stricter the scrutiny of election irregularities. Now, what really interested me was the way our correspondent described the attitude of the people. The crowd vamoosed into thin air because failure is an offer. Although the incumbent will still be there, till they go to the Supreme Court, because people always go to the Supreme Court. So that's my take on that. They say the mills of justice may grind slowly, they grind exceedingly fine. I still find it thoroughly unbelievable, but for the fact that it came from the court, that a non-member can contest elect. You know the Kwakwasia, that is the followership of the NNPP. They are very popular in Kano. So there will be money now, literally, while the APC will be celebrating. Now do we go to Zamfara?
Before we go to Zamfara, let's quickly touch on Godwin Emefiele, of course, who has been arraigned yet again. Ongoing saga. Just very, very quickly, you know, your reactions to that.
I think the Emefiele's case is testing our rule of law. Testing our rule of law. It is not an ordinary case where you will say you are presumed innocent until found guilty. But that is how it should be. For some obvious reasons. And if you remember the role he played on the eve of the election and the political havoc it caused, I think the ruling party is thanking God that it managed, in spite of that, to get into power. And it's maybe like payback time. Although they have not really found or are not ready to come out with, how do I put it?
They can't,
criminal
fight him overtly.
Maybe they are bidding their time or maybe they are doing plea bargaining with him, or maybe they are extracting some things with him before they go full-blown to the court of law. Because right now, the charges that we see are flimsy charges, given the gravity of the position held and the gravity of the political tension it created by his actions as CBN governor.
Okay.
So let's leave it like that for now.
Yeah, there's some developing in court, so we'll keep our eyes on that and see how the trial goes. Now, finally, to Zamfara, which is the focus of our conversation today. You know, yesterday, well, before I get into details, of course, you have your initial take. I'm going to let you have your say before we get into details.
No, you start first.
You know, yesterday you mentioned the issue of evidence. Yes. The evidence that is being brought before the tribunals, the election tribunals. And in this case, the appeal court held that the tribunal failed to properly evaluate the evidence brought before it, and that the appellants placed credible evidence before the tribunal. Right? So we have a situation where the tribunal has one take on evidence and then the appeal court has a different take on it. What is your perspective of this? Given yesterday we focused a lot on the issue of evidence, and you felt that some of the legal fraternity were taking on cases without merit.
And we're not presenting their cases creditably and efficiently. Well, maybe we start from there. You look at this case now, this Zamfara case. Know what the Court of Appeal said, what they ruled. The ruling was what the Chief Press Secretary of INEC said just last week during the off-season elections. You get me? That you see, the IREV is not a collation center. You get me? It's not the people kind. And what this court has ruled now, in this case, is that they saw results on IREP without collation. Whereas in our process, accreditation through BVAS, after biometrics and touch-tone printing, accreditation is through a machine. But they say it is not a voting machine. It's for accreditation. Collation is manual. And it is what they have collected, is that they will snap and uplift to IREP. So literally what that INEC man, you know, he gave out that notice. I still read it this morning. That was what was in that judgment. And I can almost bet my life, those judges relied on that. Because that was their ruling. Because he went out of his place to make that statement and was warning trade union people not to manhandle people. Get me? So the process is there. Collation manual. You get me now? Collation is manual. Accreditation electronic. Collation manual. Then the IREP. You upload it. It's the paper that all have signed that will go to IREP. Then you see the thing that confused all of us before was that INEC in presenting his case against PDP and Labour, in presenting that it is his own discretion to know whether it will announce the result before uploading or uploading before announcing the result. And then there was a court case in which the appeal court ruled wisely too, that as the regulator has the mandate to use his discretion as to the sequence of announcement of results. So we are learning by the day.
We're learning by the day, and as they say, democracy is a process, right? So we hope that all these issues will be clarified as, of course, the fresh elections called in the 3 local government areas.
That's right.
Let's see how each of the parties will use this information to work in their favor. But Mr. Dayo Sobowale, unfortunately, our time is fast spent, but I think we're able to cover a number of topics. Thank you so much for your insight, and thank you for allowing us to have a peaceful exchange today.
I didn't come for battle.
It's all peace.
You are the one warming for battle.
Me, just innocent me, never ever.